second daughter came when she was maybe 4 years of age. With her mother out of town, I was laying out Sharon's clothes for the day. The clothes were clean, pressed, and neatly folded on the bed. With one glance at the small pile, Sharon announced in a clear voice directed at me, "They don't match." I had blindly mixed stripes and plaid. That Sharon later pursued a career in the field of design was not a surprise. By sixth grade, she was a scrappy basketball player racing up and down the court, all arms and legs, with the ball about a step and a half behind her. She was into social justice by the time she reached high school, risking suspicion to defend a friend who was bullied in the hall. Sharon's faith was grounded in Jesus, even while she avoided denominational labels and doctrinal neatness as if they were stripes and plaids. She informed one hospital worker that in matters of faith, "I am a hippie version of my mother." She taught me something about the grace of God, the love of Christ, and the generosity found in the word whosoever. Sharon's beautiful home in Alaska was the size of a postage stamp. Near the foot of Mount, and help me say this, Alyeska, shaded by tall pine and regularly visited by moose, bear, and tons of snow. Her town, Girdwood, was small, very small. So small she received P.O. Box number 1 as her postal address. I loved that address. I wondered if I was doing it wrong when I sent a card there, P.O. Box number 1. And she got this P.O. Box because she was the tallest applicant the day 2 boxes became available. Sharon had plans, even for heaven. She wanted to see her grandmother, Jeanette, her 2 aunts, Robin and Shirley and Sadie, who was her protector, companion, and friend, cleverly disguised as a Labrador retriever. Sadie was the Labrador retriever. And a mother's tribute from Laverne. It's a terrible thing to watch your little girls suffer and die. Such agony of the soul. Perhaps a glimpse of my agony today can be found in the words borrowed from the English poet W.H. Auden entitled Funeral Blues. Stop the clocks. Prevent the dog was barking with a juicy bone. Silence the pianos and with muffled drum. Bring out the coffin. Let the mourners come. Let airplanes circle, moaning overhead, scribbling on the sky the message she is dead. Put crepe bows around the white necks of the public doves. Let the traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. She was my north, my south, my east and west, my noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought our love would last forever. I was wrong. The stars are not wanted now. Put out everyone. Pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood, for nothing now can ever come to anything. And so humanity cries out, why? In the midst of this fog, I realized if I've learned anything from my suffering daughter, it was that we should never forget in the dark what we have learned in the light. A refrain she repeated throughout her illness, and she would remind herself and me, there is a bigger picture here. There is a better place there. So today, while I give sorrow its earned right, I give faith its rightful place because of the redemptive work of Christ. And coming up for air, I grabbed hold of the promise, weeping may endure for the night, but joy cometh in the morning. One of my greatest assurances was in the words of Sharon herself on one of the last days when she cried out, Heavenly Father, a cry for help, for deliverance from her suffering, acknowledging her surrender to his will, a surrender that was accompanied throughout her illness by a vision she had. The vision of a young girl whom Sharon thought to be herself, having never seen the girl's face. It was of a girl kneeling with her back to Sharon, facing toward another place. An image she was able to draw on paper and reflect upon throughout her ordeal. An image that brought her to the place of acceptance. I'm so proud of my daughter Sharon, a young woman who in her personal mission statement declared, and I quote, "I want fellowship, community, to be inspired. I need to be loved, to be loved. I need God's love. I desire to help people free their spirit. I desire to be the warmest heart in the room. It doesn't interest me if I never have great riches, fancy things, etc. What I really want is to fulfill my mission." At the time of her diagnosis, it was a mission she was actively engaged in with her small group of friends as she led them in a study in Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. All virtues that fit right into Sharon's desire to be authentic. To know her was to love her, which I think we've heard over and over again today. Emotionally sensitive, brutally honest, a champion of the underdog, strong-willed. Whatever she did with her whole heart. She embraced life with a vengeance and squeezed out all the best, never settling for the least. She had a heart to change those in her world who she exclaimed to me on one occasion, "They don't know Mom. They don't have a clue who Jesus is." She believed for them and for herself. Whatever came her way, she approached with hope, never gave up, defied the odds, worked hard, and determined to say yes when everyone else was saying no. She embraced the person and the work of Jesus Christ without all the trimmings of denominational baggage. For her, it had to be Jesus, pure and simple, which just so happened to be the title of the last book she was reading. From that book, I close with this quote. "It is in Him that you actually find fulfillment, not in religious activities, as good as they may be, or in the serene settings that give you a needed respite from your harried workplace. He is not the rest from our labors. He is the rest in our labors." For Sharon, today we embrace Hebrews 4:1, which says, "A promise remains of entering His rest." It's the rest of a child close to his mother. It's the rest that comes when we are near the one we love. It's the rest we find when we are walking through unfamiliar surroundings with a guide who knows the way. The closer you get to Jesus, the more at home you will feel in this journey. She has made it through unfamiliar surroundings these last 6 months with Jesus, who knows the way. I believe she is with the one she loves and with the loved ones who have gone before. Feel at home, Sharon. Be at peace, immortal peace. I love you.
It's just a time for us to hear from God because we need help. We need some understanding of what's going on today and what has gone on. And we do have help from God. For those of us who are here now, that's true for us. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life. You don't need to worry about Sharon. She's doing just fine. One more thing I can't prove, but I believe one day when we get to heaven, when you all get to heaven, you're going to say, when you meet Peter at the gate, where's Sharon? He won't even need to look in the book. Oh, you mean Sharon Grebson? Oh, I know her. She's right over there. And you'll walk over and she'll stand up straight and tall and beautiful. She'll have a banner that says, to all of us and to you, welcome home. Welcome home. You believe it? I believe it.
Bill Cranston said when he received the phone call, the words that ran through his head were, when all my labors and trials are over, and I am safe on that beautiful shore, just to be near the dear Lord I adore, will through the ages be glory for me. Sharon had a long journey, and her labors and trials are over. She has received the glory for her. Mrs. C came home from the market, and she shared a story. When Sharon grew tired, her voice would get very tiny and very high, like a little girl's. And she would rouse herself and say, I need to work on this. I need to work on my strength, and would start singing, do, a dear, a dee, and would sing do, re, mi, and work up the scale and down the scale to strengthen her voice. Mrs. C, you had the beautiful privilege of your daughter's first and last breaths. That is a glory. Today we're going to honor Sharon by singing Song 700.